What unethical experiment do you think would be interesting if conducted? Breed giant-sized or mini humans intentionally over generations to see how big or small humans can become. Edit, guys, it says unethical, therefore living to a ripe old age in great health wouldn't exactly be necessary for the experiment. Clone a known serial killer. Make let's say 24 or so. Intentionally raise them in a variety of environments including the one they were raised in. Track how many if any become killers. Testing the nature versus nurture argument. Raising a child in a completely 1960s themed atmosphere and then abruptly exposing them to the modern world when they are between the ages of 15 and 18. We've cloned a sheep. Time to clone a human. I feel like this was probably done behind closed doors already. All this stuff about forbidding doping and steroids. What if we take one professional sport and just say go nuts, take it all, backed by actual doctors and scientists, paid by big money? Let's see how many absurd ways we can push the human body. What can it really do when pushed to the extreme? Cycling or MMA would be preferred. Allow a woman to become pregnant and have a child in zero gravity and allow them to develop there. Perhaps several generations. I wonder what the actual changes would be, both in the womb and early, but also generationally. Gather a group of varied children from different races and places from around the world. Raise and educate them with absolutely no sense of history, nationality, or religion. Purely secular education. Then study to see what prejudices they manage to come up with on their own. What happens if someone has goggles fitted from birth that only allow things to be seen in black and white and the goggles are removed at age 25? How many duck-sized horses would it take to beat a horse-sized duck? Raise an entire village of people who believe Star Wars is real. Raise them under, let's say, imperial occupation. Hell, we could even stage a murder of a supposed rebel by Darth Vader. And then suddenly when everyone turns 21, reveal the truth to them. Brain/head transplants. There were some really interesting experiments back in the day involving them. One in the 1970s involved a monkey receiving a head transplant that lived over a week. In fact, they were so interesting and stopped so suddenly it has me somewhat suspicious. Brain experiments on living humans. We don't do it for ethical reasons, but it would help move things forward much faster. Take away a billionaire's money and see if they can raise themselves up by their own bootstraps. What if we bring back the Colosseum? There's so much vitriol and hate for the other side. How about everyone who wants to fight meets up, hand to hand only, we televise it to raise money for a good cause, let everyone hash it out. And then the world becomes a lot more peaceful, smiley face. Selectively breed apes for intelligence to produce another sentient species. Create a not social media site where people who like to think they are really smart go and talk out of their asses. The Olympics, but athletes have free access to all performance-enhancing drugs and biotechnology possible, no restrictions. See how low the 100-meter record can go, how far a javelin can be thrown. What if we just pump the food and water supply a population ingested with drugs and hormones to make them more docile and easier to control?